Today is May the 23rd. That day may not mean a lot to you yet, but it's going to mean a lot to you in the next minute here as we describe what's going on today. Today is a Thursday. We're filming our episode for you right now, but we're going to air this on Sunday, so you might be watching this a little later. I want you to go back and realize that today is Superman coach Aaron Jameson's birthday. We always have a main event, and this time we're bringing you the coach himself. He's going to be our main event, but we thought let's do something totally different. Let's have some fun, and let's let you, our Ultimate Men community, watch and enjoy and get to know Coach Aaron. So I did a question and answer type situation. We're going to fire 20 questions at him. He has no idea what we're about to ask. He's agreed to do it because he's a hell of a sport. And I don't even really know what the questions are because I actually asked a GPT to put this together for me. So we're going to have some fun. I wanted random questions. So it's very specific to fitness and health, but it's also a chance for us to get to know Coach AJ and have some laughs, hopefully along the way as we go. So you ready to rock, Coach AJ?
Let's rock and roll. I'm a little scared, but it's all good. Let's Superman up, Buttercup.
This is going to be a fun episode. If you guys haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. We're going to do this type of thing from time to time. You don't want to miss it. Don't miss out on these episodes. So this is today's birthday special guest, Coach Aaron Jameson. And the first question on the list is, what has been your most memorable birthday celebration so far? Now, this could be today, something you've experienced, or something in your total history. What's been your favorite birthday memory so far?
I would have to go back to like my early childhood days when I used to have like all my little friends together, all my buddies, and we'd go down to the creek. There's this place called Cow Mountain and Scotts Creek, and we'd just all go down there and we'd bring like a big picnic and we'd just play. We'd go swimming, play in the water, find some swimming holes and stuff. And it was just like that brings back some good old memories. That's the first thing that pops into my head. Just young friend. I mean, we were probably like 10, 12, or even younger maybe. And that was a blast, just playing in the frickin' creek, man.
I love it. I love it. You remember a few of the buddies? Give them a shout out. You remember any of their names from back then?
Oh God, Todd, Greg, Troy, Javier, all of them, man.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. It's good. It's great to take that trip down memory lane. I love it. And swimming and outdoors and stuff. You still have that in you. It's awesome. It's very cool. So, okay, next question. We're going to try and keep it like a rapid fire. So here we go. First thing that comes off the top of your head. What was the best gift you've ever received for your birthday?
The best gift would have to be, probably my like electric Fender guitar. I got a guitar when I was a teenager. I was real into like playing heavy metal and stuff, and we had our guitars and our amplifiers and stuff in high school. And again, that's this the first thing that popped is like bright red Fender guitar, and I just used to jam on that thing, dude. That was sick.
That's awesome. Do you still have it? Do
No, 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 I
you
haven't
have any
played for a long.
photos?
No, I wish I did. Yeah, and you're a big guitar enthusiast too. You would probably love it, I'm sure. Yeah, that was good
Yeah, man.
times.
Totally. I would love to even see, the guitar or a picture of you with it or whatever. But I was also thinking if we had a picture, we'd kind of clip it into the episode here so people could see that old
Oh, I
classic, yeah,
wish.
AJ growing up with the guitar. That's a cool gift though, man. Those things are probably
Yeah,
running, hundreds and hundreds of dollars too. That's a gift. How old were you about there?
I was probably like 15-ish. Yeah.
15? Yeah. Cool. Teenage
Yeah.
years rocking the heavy metal.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next question. Okay, so if you could go back in time, what advice would you give your 25-year-old self?
25-year-old self. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
Well,
think
I
about what
would,
you were doing when you were 25 and then go back and talk to
yeah.
him.
I would just say, just clean up your act, bro. Like, just stop. Because I was still partying like a rock star. I partied like a rock star when I was a teenager, and just kept going all through my 20s. And right around that time, I was just still just indulging too much, drinking
Mm.
and smoking and all that fun stuff that kids like to do. And I'd be like, bro, it's just a waste of your freaking time. You got so much potential. You're just kind of, washing it down the drain and just wasting your time. So just clean up your freaking act, young guns, is what I'd say. Slap
That's
them in the
good.
head a little bit.
Yeah, you rough him up a little bit.
I would. I'd freaking really rough them up.
That's awesome. Yeah. Would you tell him? I mean, was he into MMA at that point?
Probably yeah, mid-20s. I was just starting. Like I was watching the first UFCs, I think, when I was like, yeah, right around then. So I
Cool,
was
cool. So you
just
could
getting into it.
bring him in for a little rolling and rough him up a little bit in there too. Be like, listen, I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
show you what you could be and what you're gonna be.
Uh,
Like, that's pretty cool. All right, cool. So we'll fire the next question at you. What is the most unexpected thing you've learned about health and fitness over your years? So again, what's the most unexpected thing you've learned?
the most unexpected thing about health and fitness. Oh, that's a tough one. Why is that so hard? That should be really easy for me. Um, I don't have been doing it for so long now. Just
Yeah,
none of it seems unexpected anymore. It just all seems kind of
anymore.
like it just all seems like it's just part of the wheelhouse now. So
Totally, totally.
I'm
I
gonna
think
have,
the, I'll give you an
yeah.
idea for myself, just in conversation here. For myself, unexpected was that cardio wasn't the answer to fat loss. That was a real unexpected for
Mm,
me because I saw everybody doing cardio. I thought that was the answer for so long. And even as a trainer and as a coach, we pushed that on people when we first got started. So for me, that's kind of like that was an unexpected. I didn't see that coming. I thought that was the answer, but I learned so much differently now. So that's just one of those unexpected things for me. Um,
mhm.
about health and fitness. I don't know if that triggers any kind of a thought for you. If not, we'll just pass. Go to the next one.
Pass.
Okay. What's your favorite guilty pleasure food that you rarely admit to eating, if you have any at all?
Ooh, Rocky Road and mint chip ice cream. I'll combine both of them and I'll just have like a half gallon of each if I'm really wanting to splurge, man.
Nice.
Ice cream, definitely ice cream, because I was
Nice.
allergic to ice cream and milk products as a kid. So when I got older and I had the chance to get my hands on it, I would just demolish some ice cream.
That's badass. There you go. So for the guys out there listening, going, "Oh man, I'm totally a junkie for the sweets." Coach Aaron's been there too. Guilty
Been there,
pleasure.
done that.
If you could only do one type of workout for the rest of your life, which workout would you choose and why?
Oh, dude, that's so hard. Weight training was the first one that popped into my mind. But then I thought about mountain biking, and I would never give up my mountain biking either. So I don't would have a hard time. I'd be hard pressed to choose one. I don't like this question at all.
Pass.
GPT, you suck. I'll say weight training. I can get my cardio and strength training all in one shebang.
Right, if you had to choose. Excellent. If you could only choose one.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question I like. What's the funniest gym or fitness related mishap that you've experienced? Now, it could be you or someone else you've seen or whatever. What's the funniest thing you've experienced in a mishap in the gym? And I don't mean someone getting hurt, I don't know, someone's expense, but what's just one of the funniest things you've seen?
Um, oh, probably it was like I just saw this on YouTube or something. I think it was like, someone was trying to do like a handstand or something like that, and then their boyfriend or girlfriend opened the door and they fell on their ass or something like that. That was kind of funny. I've seen worse things at the gym where it was like, but that was not on the funny side. That was more on the, oh shit, you're gonna freaking rip your shoulder out of your socket, bro.
Right.
But that was more funny, just like, little bloopers and stuff.
Yeah, totally, totally. I think of again, some people find things more funny than others, but there was one time I had a 70-year-old client of mine doing a farmer's walk, and you go to the dumbbell rack and you pick up two dumbbells, and he grabbed the wrong set. Like he had one from one set and one from the other. So he's like,
Oh,
and we were carrying he had like a 75 and a 70 or something like that. We were up there. It was pretty good weight. And he picked
mm,
them up and he started roll like he started to get ready to go. And I was like, "You've got two different dumbbells there." He's like, "Too late now." Off he went. We had a good laugh about that. Simple little things, but they're fun. And
yep.
so good. So funniest moment, the handstand, the door opening, someone crashing out, not getting hurt. Cool. What is one piece of wellness advice you wish more men over 35 would take seriously?
Wellness advice. Just, I mean, I'm a big proponent of just like, getting away from I call it the kryptonite. The stuff is just like, weakening your overall constitution and resiliency. So like, find out what is that kryptonite for you, whether it's ice cream or substances or too many cocktails or whatever. Everybody's kind of got their own kryptonite at their whatever point in their life, and just
Mm.
get rid of the kryptonite so you can Superman up.
Nice, nice. And that's important that you mention that because the question, I guess, is that they would take more seriously. I think a lot of people downplay the fact that they're addicted to things or whatever, and they kind of go, "Oh no, it's no big deal. I've been doing that for years." So that's a good point to hit on there. Is you should take it more seriously if you do recognize you have a trigger, like really get help or get working on that. Cool, brother. You're a good sport, man. I have no idea what the next question is, so I'm just gonna fire it at you. First thing off the top of your head, who has been your biggest role model or mentor in life, and what have you learned from them?
Oh, biggest role model and mentor. Dude, so many.
Ah,
Um,
you can give us a couple if you want. Top of your head, top three, top five, whatever.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's people that are like more close and then more far away, from more removed and stuff.
Right?
I mean, I always go back to the MMA stuff because that's what I
Sure.
like, and I've always followed those guys. I really like the guys like Boss Rutan and Randy Couture, like just the way they carry themselves and just their competitive spirit and their tenacity and they're
Mm.
just their yeah, just their overall humbleness. I like the guys that are just really humble, but they're still like super badass at the same time. They've got some charisma and some mojo. Like anyone that kind of just exudes that aura about themselves. It's just a go-getter. Those are the type of role models I like.
Nice. That's cool. And those are celebrity, obviously. I don't know if you've worked with any of them personally, but are there any personal shout out role models or people who've had mentorship in your life that you want to shout out right now?
Personal mentors. Oh, my karate instructor for growing up, Mr. Langston was really instrumental in my growing up years. He's a boss too. I love that guy.
Nice.
He closed down his dojo recently because he's getting up there in age like
Okay.
me. But but yeah, he was one of my local heroes for sure.
Sweet, man. That's cool. That's cool. It's great to give a shout out to if anyone's listening to the podcast who's been shouted out or you know someone, share the link with them if they've been mentioned in our episode. You never know where it'll take us. The next question off the top of your head, if you could have dinner with any person or three people, up to three people, dead or alive, who would they be?
Dinner with anybody. Oh my gosh, what did I get myself into here?
Who
Jeez
would you like to sit
Louise.
down sit down and have a meal with and shoot the breeze, shoot the shit?
Donald Trump. Donald Trump's at
Okay.
the top of the list. I want to hang out with that big dog. And um um geez, how about like oh, Joe Rogan, dude. Definitely Joe Rogan's
Oh,
got to be at the table.
okay.
Yep. Yep.
Why do you pick Joe Rogan? As far as like just the depth of conversation and topics, or have you got a specific thing you'd like to discuss with him? Or
Just I'm all into the same like type of stuff he is. He's really
yeah,
into like the aliens. I'm all about
oh yeah,
aliens and like conspiracy theory stuff and
no kidding.
just going deep on topics like that. Yeah, for
Right on,
sure.
right on. Get the tinfoil hat, right?
Yep, yep. Yeah.
That's cool. So Trump and Joe Rogan. Anybody else off the top of the head?
Um, let's see. Not off the top of my head.
Probably
No.
again back with like a Randy Couture or a GSP or something. I would imagine like just a fighter, of favorite role
Yeah,
model fighter or something like that.
like Boss Rutan yeah, he's like one of my favorites. He was the first one I used to go watch the Boss Rutan Invitationals when very first started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and stuff. I used to live in Boulder, Colorado, and he used to hold his events in Denver. And I met Boss before I even knew who he was, and then I found out later he was like the heavyweight champion at the time. And then I
Right?
started following him and stuff, and now he's like one of my favorites. And I'm like, oh, I wish I would have got his like autograph and met him and stuff back then, but I didn't even really know. But he's
Cool.
always been one of my favorites. Yeah.
That'd make a pretty cool dinner conversation. That'd be awesome. Kind of go over his career and some of the highlights that you got to see live and stuff like that on whether it be pay-per-view or whatever. That's cool.
Mhm.
Okay, so the next question off the top of your head. What's the most challenging physical goal that you've ever set for yourself and did you achieve it?
Yeah. So, I mean, I would have to say, hiking up Mount Whitney was one of the hardest things I did. I forget exactly. It was like 14,500 foot something. It just took all frickin' day long. And that was after I had two hip replacements too. So, and I trained for it a little bit and stuff, but it was just a super grueling hike, and the elevation was freaking brutal. I hadn't trained necessarily that hard for the elevation aspect of it. Like my legs were in shape and stuff, and I was in pretty good condition. But oh man, I had some circumstances, I like ran out of water part way, so I had to get some water for some other hikers and stuff. I got just parched and it was just like grueling, but I made it to the top, and but it was hell. It was absolute hell. I didn't know if I was going to make it down the mountain. It was one of those things where you're just like you're at the top, you're looking down, and it just looks forever like you're already exhausted, just tapped out, and you're like, oh my God, I still have to just walk across that distance. So
Right?
that was crazy.
Damn. And
Yeah.
so you said, how high was that mountain again?
I think it was like 14,458. It's like the tallest mountain in the continental US, I believe.
That's crazy. And you went up as part of a group? It was a planned excursion, like everybody went up together?
Yeah, it was just me and one other buddy. That
Oh,
was
that's
real.
it.
Yeah, just two of us.
Okay.
Yeah, packed
Wow.
our little headlamps, started at like frickin' 3 in the morning, and it was just all day and all night,
And
man.
so this mountain trek, was it literally like jagged rock climbing and stuff like that, or were you more or less on like a path that went up? How does that work?
Both. It was like a lot of trail at first, but then it got pretty rough at the top where you're just like, yeah, climbing up boulders and stuff for sure.
No kidding, eh? But it was never where you
Yeah.
had to be like harnessed in on a cable like those rock climbers and
No,
stuff, not like that,
no,
right?
that
Okay.
wasn't that crazy.
Okay. Yeah, just curious if you've ever done something like that. That's I that kind of freaks me out.
Oh, big time, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my buddy that I went with is his name's Bobby, and he's a real big rock climbing enthusiast, and he does some crazy stuff. He's got
Mm.
like 10 years or more on me too, I think, and he's just a savage. But yeah,
Nice. Well, there's
that's
a hope
scary.
for the
That's
guys
scary.
out there. Hope for the guys out there who want to do crazy things and achieve big, big things. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So the next question off the top of your head now, what's your favorite way to relax and de-stress after a busy week?
Go to the punch bowl. It's my favorite little watering hole. Just like when I was a kid, I used to go to the creek. I still go to the creek. The creek's like my little sanctuary. There's a waterfall there, nice little swimming hole, and I'll just go and lay out in the sun and hang out there for a couple hours. And I love communing with nature like that. So
Nice.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, and that's de-stressing and relaxing. Perfect. And so this kind of leads into it. I guess the second question part is, what's a hobby or activity that you've always wanted to maybe try, but you haven't tried before? You mentioned guitar when you were a teenager and outdoor relaxation now, but is there any hobby that you've thought about, never actually dove into, something you've always wanted to try?
Um, I mean, I tried most of the stuff that I wanted to do. I mean, what really sounds cool is something like hang gliding or something like that. I think would be really fun.
No kidding.
Yeah, it also would be scary as hell because even like the rock climbing, I never used to be afraid of heights. I did bungee jumping and all sorts of crazy stuff when I was a kid. But if I think
Yeah.
about doing it now, but something like hang gliding would be super cool.
That's awesome. I thought about the rock climbing thing. I'm like, there's no way he's gonna pick anything with heights and stuff like that. And you
Yeah.
were out there hand gliding. It's like jumping out of a plane. I'm like, dude, that's crazy. That shit scares me, man.
Yeah. Heck
Uh,
yeah.
that's awesome. So, okay, so this question here is, what is the most embarrassing song on your workout playlist?
I'm not good with songs, but I mean, I'll be honest. I used to be into this like phase where I liked all the like the chick pop stars and stuff. Like I used to listen to stuff like Avril Lavigne or something like that. So
Okay.
like stuff that just manly guys are not supposed to listen to, but I'd like hear one of those songs and I just start rocking out. So yeah, something like that probably. A
That's
specific
awesome.
a specific song I couldn't tell you, but yeah, some Pink or something like that. I'd be like,
Uh,
oh, Pink song's on. Let's fucking rock out to Pink. You
Actually,
know?
Pink, yeah, Pink's pretty badass, man.
Cheers.
But yeah, I used to joke with the guys in the gym too. They'd be doing a lift or whatever and kind of getting in the zone, like getting ready for a big lift or whatever. And I'd be like, you want to put your favorite Taylor Swift song on for you, get you fired up or whatever. And they'd be like, piss off. Yeah, just poke fun at them. It's usually
Yeah.
that the macho guys don't listen to like the female artists. So that makes sense. Um, and the next question is, How do you maintain balance between work, fitness, and personal life?
Um, well, I just have my routines down, I think. I just have just my time blocks. I'm like, this is just the time that I do this, and I get up first thing every morning, I get my workout done. It's not like life balance, it's just what I do, and then I,
Mm,
come home, we do a podcast or I work on some social media stuff, and I got a couple hours blocked away for that. And then, nighttime comes around, it's time to chill with the wifey. So we're just like put on a good show or something. So everything just kind of has its own natural little timing, I think.
right.
Once you get
Systems,
once you get
structures,
as
schedule.
yeah, once you get as old as me, you just kind of get into the rhythm. You'll get
That's
there
awesome.
one day, young guns.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Having a system and schedule is really important. Obviously, you're very good at it. You're far better than I am at it, and that's something I'm working on doing as well. And it's important that we've got days set aside for our podcast work and days for our our workouts and stuff that we're doing all of our Ultimate Man things on. So, guys who are listening, again, listen for the tips, the secrets, and the things he's telling because it's very true. The success that he's having is, I always say, if you want to get what someone else has, you got to do what someone else is doing, right? So listen for the structure tips here. The next question is, let's see here. What's your proudest achievement in the past year? Top of your mind, what's the proudest thing you've come up with? What you've done in the last year?
Last year, actually, I'd say doing this podcast is right up there at the top of the list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah,
Nice.
I
Honestly,
loved it.
yeah.
Yeah, I love doing this podcast. It was a big step, and we've
Mm.
been just crushing it and having a good time doing it. And yeah, I'd say that's right up there at the top.
I love it, man. That's cool. I remember the first conversation when we kind of started talking about the idea, and it was like scary. Just kind of like, I don't know, we've never had a podcast before, and we were both doing our own personal training businesses, and joining forces with someone, you got to put your trust in them, and you got to, we hopefully share the same ideas on things, and we realize, we don't have to be experts in like the whole podcasting world. We'll learn as we go. And yeah,
Hmm.
it was kind of interesting. We got pretty pumped up after the first conversation, and then episode one came out. We told our stories, and that was what, like 6 months ago. So there we
Yeah,
are.
there you go.
That's
Watch
awesome, man.
episode one. Go back and watch episode one if you want to
Yeah,
hear about
there
our
you go.
stories.
I love it. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so we're getting close to the end too. You've been answering everything. Well, I think
Ooh, I
excuse me.
think I had one pass, huh? One pass.
Yeah, yeah, one pass. And I said I was going to mark them off as we went, and I totally forgot to do that. So I'm
Oh,
super
good.
excited to fire them.
Forget
I can't remember
about
which one, unless you remember which one you passed on. Okay, so last year, and then so if you could instantly become an expert in any other field other than fitness and health, what would it be?
it. Well, at this point in our business career, I would say like, like sales and marketing, like
Mm,
marketing's a big one, just
right.
because I really want to boost our business up and reach as many guys as possible. And to be able to do that, you not only do you have to be a phenomenal coach, which we already are, but you have to be a good marketer and get your name out there and learn all the intricacies of that. So that's kind of my next big, milestone to hit.
Nice. You're already on your way because I've seen you studying and working at it, and obviously we're working with the advertising stuff like that. So that's big. I'm excited for you to take on that as well.
Yeah.
I kind of saw that answer coming. I was just thinking, maybe there's some wild dream that you've had of being an expert in something else. But it's like that makes sense. And for listeners out there, if you're already working on something and chasing a dream, what I mean, and somebody get to branch off to get a little better in a certain area. That's what Coach Aaron's looking to do right there. He's becoming a badass YouTuber and a thumbnail creator, and I've seen some really great work. So watch for some more of our ads, and don't forget to share our stuff out there. All right,
Yeah.
and let's see. We got okay. Here's another one. And again, I don't even know what these last ones are, but we only got three on the list here. What's the best prank that you've ever pulled on somebody?
The best prank. Um, I'm not so much of a prankster. I mean, just back in high school, there used to be this thing like you used to go around and pants people, like,
No
you ever
shit.
done that? It was called
Yeah,
you got pants, like you just basically dropped their pants. So I used to do that. I used to be a little bit of a goofball and freaking
that's
pants people, but
that's
that's the
awesome.
first thing that comes to my mind. Other than that, I'm not really a big prankster.
That's awesome. What were we trying to accomplish with that type of thing, right? Just to embarrass somebody. Just
Exactly.
like getting caught. Did you ever get pants? Did anyone ever pull that on you?
No, thank God.
Thank
No.
God. Such a moment of instantaneous
Oh
like
my
fight or
God.
flight.
Yeah, yeah. I was such a
Awesome.
mean, cruel person for doing
That's
that. I'm going to
that's
hell.
crazy. All right, two left, brother. We're almost at the end here. What's the craziest fitness trend that you either tried or have experienced in the fitness industry in your whole journey in it? What's the craziest fitness trend that you've seen or experienced?
Craziest fitness trend. Oh, I don't know if they're that crazy or not. I mean, I've tried just about a lot of stuff. Um, mm, I don't, I mean, diets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of diet experimentation with like probably like maybe like going into like my carnivore stuff. Like I did the carnivore where I was just eating like raw liver, that type of
Okay.
thing would probably like, gross most people out and just eating nothing but freaking just meat and that's it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was into like doing the organs and all that. So I'd go and get heart and spleen and liver and eat that shit raw. So that was a little hardcore.
You're becoming the liver king.
Yeah, I was. I tried to be the liver king. Yeah,
That
without the
was a
trend.
yeah. That was
Minus
a
the
fitness.
trend.
That's a fitness trend in itself, right there. And did you ever do any of those like fitness TikTok dance type things or whatever, where it was like I don't know, burpees or shoulder tap push-ups to a song? Or did you ever do any of that type of stuff? No,
No,
no.
no,
I'm trying to think of some of the ones that were out there. There was like I think trends is kind of a newer thing, but fitness trends. There's also the social media influencer trends. I think in the gyms right now, where they're like doing a sit up on a decline bench isn't enough. Now you got to do it with like a barbell and push the barbell, and throw it in the air, and catch it on your way down. Whatever.
yeah.
Like, have you seen some of that shit?
Oh, dude, they do some crazy stuff. My
Yeah. How do you
God.
feel? How do you feel about that? Did you ever do any or see any of that shit?
I've done some pretty wild because I was pretty freaky capability wise in some of my like gymnastics types, like the TRX bands, those straps and
Hmm.
stuff. I could
Hmm.
do some inverted handstand push-ups and crazy balancing stuff. And so that was always kind of fun. I used to like, take some videos of me just showing off and stuff. That was always cool.
Nice. Do you
But I
still
should
have
have
full?
been,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I should have been now that this whole TikTok thing and all the crazy trends are going on, I wish I would have had my capabilities that I did 10 or 20 years ago, because then I would have been a freaking superstar.
You'd be Jake Paul famous by now.
Yeah, for real.
Just got to get those eyeballs on you. That's all. Now, have you still
Yeah.
got video footage or pictures from some of that stuff you were
I
doing?
do.
You
I've
do?
always been a big video fanatic. I've been taking videos since I was just started out. So like yeah, I've got some really good stuff from like my old gym of doing some pretty cool stuff. I'll have to shoot over
Nice.
to you. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'd love to see some of that. And if you got a quick clip or whatever, or a thumbnail of you doing a handstand TRX or something, we'll maybe even throw it in
Yeah,
the episode here. Just put it up for our guys to
totally.
see. And if not, guys, get into our free groups. We got the Facebook group you can get into. We post things in there. We might put some of Coach AJ's videos or pictures in there as well. That'll be super cool. And don't forget to comment below and say happy birthday to Coach Aaron, because that's what we're here for today on the podcast. It's all about his birthday. And the last question, and again, I didn't plan these questions. These were automated for us, so I didn't even know what I was going to ask him today. But he's been a good sport. And the last question is, looking forward to the next 10 years. The next 10 years, what are you most excited about come your 60th birthday?
Just having a big team of like-minded men that are all just on the same mission, just to help all everybody level up in life. Just, everybody
Mm,
helping each other out, and just what we're doing right now, but just on a bigger scale, you know,
cool.
just seeing more guys that have been struggling in life, just get their shit back together and drop the kryptonite
Hmm.
and make a difference in their own lives and the people that they care about.
Nice. I love it, man. That's a good vision. And again, that's a goal for us to keep working towards. That is the 20 questions with Coach AJ, getting to know
Oh,
the coach
I made
episode. So
it.
now we got to get Coach Aaron to give us a. Oh, yeah, so you turned 50 today, right?
52.
52. Okay, I've been wrong. I've been saying
52.
50 all day. I think you look younger
Yeah,
than that, bro. But anyway, we got to get
thank
this to
you.
Coach Aaron because he's just finished his summer shred. He said he had a goal of reaching by his birthday. What was the goal you were looking for?
But what I just wanted to get down to like under 200 for sure, which I got down to like 197 at my lowest of the summer shred. Went from
Perfect.
215 down to 197. And now I'm just
Nice.
kind of staying right around that 197 to 200 mark. And I feel I'm happy right where I'm at. Like I could get more shredded and try to get like contest ready or something like that. But we talked about that earlier. And the amount
Yep.
of suffering that you have to go through to get that shredded is just not what I want to put myself through. I'm like, I just want to feel good with my shirt off at the beach, feel confident, and I'm cool with that, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's what you went into for. And again, I think when you think about those, even those competitions, based on the age demographic, and you do get put into a what they'd call like I guess a master's division or something for the older guys. You're probably already in the top five or six or whatever, just where you're at right now because of the age separations. Most guys at this age have given up on themselves, right? We want to help create more of these Coach AJ looking individuals out there. So that's our goal. But I think our thumbnail for today is going to be Coach Aaron giving us a 52-year-old flex on the screen. And we'll get you to give us that right now. This is what he looks like at the end of summer shred right there. And I'm going to go like this. So go ahead and do that again right there.
There we go.
Boom.
Now I'm in
That's
the
a pretty
picture.
badass. There you go. This guy's a legend. I love working with you, brother. And again, I was really excited when you said that your biggest achievement this year has been the podcast. For me, honestly, it has too. And we're not just, bro loving on each other, guys. It's a business adventure. We were both scared going into it. But sometimes taking chances is where you get the biggest payoffs, the biggest rewards outside the comfort zone, right? So that was really cool. Thanks for playing along today, bro. I know you
Yeah,
didn't plan
good
for
good
this.
questions. Thanks for being gentle on me.
Again, I just went with what it spit back out. I thought let's just create a fun episode, something different. So if you loved today's episode, comment in there. Let us know you enjoyed it. Let us know if you want more stuff like this. Maybe just quick Q&A, 20 question games, whatever it is. And my birthday, I won't tell you when it is, but we'll probably shoot another episode like this and reverse the roles where Coach Aaron can come up with
Yeah.
his own and get to know me a little bit better too. So it was kind of cool to get to see, from your childhood watering hole days with the boys and your ice cream addictions.
Yep, yep.
So yeah, it's been fun, man. So if you listeners have had a favorite part of the episode, let us know what it was. And if you need any help with anything, always reach out to us. We're real dudes with real solutions because we've been there for like 25, 30 years in the business now. And if you want to look like Coach AJ or myself and keep lean and healthy, and I mean, I'm at this point here 45, turning 46, so I'm not too far behind. We're over
Mhm.
that, what they call over the hill, over the half point, whatever you want to call it. And we're at the best point in our life, feeling good, and we want that for you too. So, Coach Aaron, you get to close the show today. What's the final message and thoughts for the day? And I'd like to raise a happy birthday cheers to you as well, brother, before we go.
Yes, sir. Cheers.
So, cheers to Coach Aaron, 52 years, looking as young as he does right now.
Yeah, just stick to it, gentlemen. If you've kind of lost your way a little bit and you've gotten out of shape, I'm the perfect example. I just totally let myself go at one point. I was just down in the dumps. I got let myself get sick, fat, tired, and uninspired, and I got my mojo back. So you can too. That's just my message. If you're kind of lost your way, there's hope. You just need to, come up with the game plan, reach out to some coaches if you need some help, and let's get this party started.
Nice. All right. As always, then on that note, brother, you get to do it. We'll bring it in.
Yeah.
Let's go.